Let's go.
I missed that Iron went live with another emergency stream. Oh, Clipverse has a GoFundMe.
Yeah. Mint Salad set up a GoFundMe, and guess how much money it made in an hour? $280. $280. B.A. Turner, that fucking dumb fuck, donated $50 to that shit.
Wow.
What a dumb fuck.
What I love about this is, you know what that means more than likely, is that in order to post bail, Hevius and Dick aren't going to pay for it, like I said. Dick Masterson paid for him to go there and drive himself out there to do it, and he's not even going to get it.
Do you know what will be even more funnier? Is if Dick already knew he had a previous warrant for harassment, and then he extra screwed him. So he had one get out of jail free card, and then the guy, his employer, sent him there to officially go to jail. Yes, it makes it even juicier.
Wow.
For harassment was in an entirely different county. So it wouldn't have mattered unless he actually just got arrested, which just did happen. You can't make this shit up. He actually wasn't going to get in trouble at all. He could have just walked away from it like it. He could have had that ultimate villain thing of like, I got away with it. I didn't get in trouble. Willingly went and got himself arrested to get hit with a prior warrant that he had for harassment. That's like a motherfucker.
Okay, now I'm curious. Who was he harassing beforehand?
Remember the story from a few years back where someone stole a 70-inch TV during COVID when places were getting like looted, like the Purge, and he brought it back and he went to jail.
Who was he harassing before that he has a warrant out against?
Fun fact, it was the same. It was the warehouse that Eric has his shit is in a different county in Texas, actually.
Oh, so he did have. So there was a warrant for him doing that beforehand.
But they didn't. But the thing with warrants, people don't understand is if they don't actually press charges fully with it, then it doesn't go through. Because this guy on Twitter, oh my god, I swear to God, right now, for knows why I would have gotten banned today if if I was on Twitter today. These people's takes were so beyond cringe. A motherfucker literally said that Eric went and put out warrants for Riley's arrest. And it's like, dude, you can't do that. You know? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's completely... Sorry, I had a bug fly like directly into my eye.
Oh, it's okay. The dog is going off.
Yeah, he's outside now. But, yeah, well, none of them have thought any of this crap through. Like, they're all armchair lawyering, and they were already in the mood for it since they've all been talking about... the government planting drugs in Nick Rekieta's house because there's a vast Eric July wing conspiracy to frame Nick Rekieta. Dude, listening to their takes on what happened to Rekieta and the hoops that these detractors had to jump through to somehow tie it back to being Eric July's fault, I had already realized how completely and utterly devoid of thought patterns and brain power that they were, that their takes on this still pale in comparison to how stupid their takes on Rekieta were. But it is hilarious. Like in all honesty, I didn't know the difference between this guy and the puppet guy. I thought they were the same dude. I thought they were both a fat meth head. So that pretend that filmed overly degenerate adult content for an OnlyFans account that I assume only they frequent. But in all honesty, that GoFundMe has probably made more than her OnlyFans has. So,
well, what's really crazy about the situation is, well, it was crazy on many fronts. The first one is that Dick Masterson tweeted after Riley got arrested that Eric July got Riley arrested, and people in all of his camp just believe anything he says, so they just believe that, even though that's not true. I don't know how people think. This is how you know these people don't go outside. They don't know how businesses work
They've never
at
been
all.
or bars work, dude. I was just talking to on my stream a guy who had been he had been a bartender. He'd run a bar in Dallas. He ran bar. He did security at a bar. He ran bouncers and everything else. And we'd mentioned this at the end of the stream, which started a. He's a talker, but he got into it and he's like, yeah. In all honesty, it sounds like the guy's lucky that the security people at the bar didn't take him back behind the bar and beat his ass, because that's what we used to do in Austin when people would make scenes like that. They would get trespassed after we kicked their asses, and that was him. He doesn't know really about Eric July. He's not involved in the scenario. He doesn't know what it is. I was just talking to him as somebody who worked at a bar. Like, you, is this a common thing? He's like, yeah, it happened all the time. If you've
Because
never been to a bar, if you
Nick
don't know how any of
Rekieta
that
thing.
works,
Yeah. First of all, it was the Nick Rekieta thing. Remember, Nick Rekieta is the one that gaslit Riley into believing half this shit, where he can do all this
Yep.
stuff and nothing could happen to him. That's why Nick is a fucking retard. I don't know how anybody, all these years before I discovered him, was able to listen to this guy about law stuff and actually believe
Because
him.
his takes on Kyle Rittenhouse, and if you even go back and watch it, the video holds up. It was fun during the Kyle Rittenhouse shit and the Amber Heard shit. He was on point. That was old Nick Rekieta. He got consumed by his fame, and it got to him. It legitimately got to him. He was not built to handle YouTube fame. Then as Camelot is revealed to the world, the Hookers and Blow came out, the wild partying, all of the rest of this kind of shit that went on. Like the fact that people didn't see, like, he himself had been poking holes in his grift as some sort of like functional father figure for some time. But when he started, and you could laugh at it and pawn it off and think, yeah, he's just, he's got a sense of humor about him. And then you just realize, everybody like had to stop and realize, those who were forgiving the commentary on such behavior and not believing, of all things, not believing the people who came in and said, don't you swing? Like, aren't you a swinger? Like, who knew about this? Well, somehow fucking Kiwi Farms knew and other places knew. So they put it out there. But yeah, that's what we get for not believing that. A lot of people got disappointed. But trusting him as a lawyer, I'm sorry, I wouldn't go to anybody who's on YouTube currently right now to get legal advice for myself personally. Like, if I was going to do that, I'd go get a real lawyer. If I wanted to do something, or if I needed defense from something, I would speak to an actual real person lawyer. Speak to a YouTube lawyer. I wouldn't even watch a video of what they had to say. I would go talk to a real, actual, currently practicing lawyer, which I'm sure plenty of them are, but I don't really care about their particular opinion because they won't know the particulars of my scenario. They won't know my state. There's a lot of things that you can't know as a lawyer. So Nick giving him it, I mean, in all honesty, if Riley had any sense in him and got vindictive about this, if he actually catches time or he actually catches a rap, he actually ends up on probation or something else, then yeah, I said this before, it would be quite entertaining to see him turn on them. I doubt he will, because he is addicted.
Yeah.
He's addicted to internet clout, or at least the clout that he gets from these idiots, more than he probably is meth or whatever else it is he's doing. But if he ends up catching something on it, I don't know why he would protect them, especially if somebody did actually financially facilitate this particular scenario that resulted in a crime. If somebody is facilitating this person and financially and encouraging them to go a place and commit a crime, I don't know. But a lot of people have talked about it today. I think Jack had some really good takes on it. If this is his literal first offense that he's got on his record, he doesn't have anything else, he's probably not going to catch much from it. He probably catches a fine. I doubt, I'd be surprised if he got probation. He probably does end up, if Eric July is smart at all, he just gets a restraining order filed, both for himself personally, because this person is not mentally well. This is the kind of thing that resulted in a constant escalation. And this guy is looking to confront Eric July. He wants to be in his face. I would be afraid, if I were Eric, that this guy will eventually come to my house. And I wouldn't want that scenario at all, because I don't want to have my family exposed to what the ramifications of that would be for a person that would come to my personal residence. I can't, you'd like to think that he's not stupid enough to do it, but every single thing that he's done up to this point shows you that he's absolutely stupid enough to keep doing this. All it has to be is Dick Masterson telling him it'll be okay, and then maybe
Mhm.
somebody like Rekieta, while he's on coke, telling him, yeah, sure, go to his house. That sounds
Mhm.
like a great idea. It's just Texas. You'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen. And then,
Because
that ends up being the last thing Riley ever does.
that's the problem. Is that, man, you just think in your head it's going to come to this. The worst problem is people who are going through this acting as if this means nothing. I
Yeah.
would say anybody who's not lived in the real world for a very long time, understand this. If he randomly did this to a girl he does not know in real life, this would not pan out with the way
Yep.
people on the internet are talking about it. Because people on the internet on that side of the aisle, I guess you could say it, are so beyond stupid. They don't understand how these situations go at all. You can't do these things. This is like everyday shit happens. The guy comes to a bar and he's harassing a girl, or vice versa. Girl harassing dude. They get thrown out. They get arrested. This happens a lot more times than these people think. They're like, oh, because this happened to Riley. Like, this happens to a lot of people, especially
Yeah.
if the owner of the establishment says, leave. First of all, as a human being, you should just respect his wishes and just leave. First of all,
Well,
that's a respect thing. You should just
I
leave.
mean,
If the
the
owner
reason
asked
he
them
got
to leave, they should have leave. Because the thing is, why do they have a problem with the owner? The owner did nothing to them.
so people who were outside said that he had there are other people who were outside that said he had actually was calling or did call the fire department to try to get things shut down. And other people have confirmed that the fire truck did show up and the fire marshal went inside. So when that shit happened, the bar owner was probably like, heard that this is the guy outside that did it and had his ass and had him trespassed. In all honesty, if he doesn't want, I'd be surprised if he did actually call 911 and get a fire department that comes out, that at the bare minimum, he probably gets a pretty significant fine. I think there could be another charge that could come through for some shit like that if it's found that he did that. But at the very least, he's probably walking out with some pretty fucking heavy fines. And while that may not be the jail time that
Mhm.
those on our side would think would be even more entertaining, in all honesty, the fines are enough to probably crush him.
See, I didn't hear about that. I didn't hear that he tried to get like the fire department involved for
Yep.
what reason? Yeah, like
Yep.
the bar. I can almost just guarantee the bar owner just called on him. You know.
The bar owner probably filed a restraining order against him, or at least they will. The business will do that, and Eric July would
Mhm.
be wise to do that for his warehouse and his business in general, and himself personally.
Because then
It
you had
ends
a few
this with the
people in
least
your
amount of force
comment.
possible.
It was the EVS comment that you had where this one guy with the profile picture of the Sith Lord from Star Wars. Uh, I forgot the Sith Lord's name. I just
I'd
call him
have to go back and find it.
the guy. He literally said, "Well, Riley didn't get the charges weren't for trespassing though; they were for harassment." Even if that's true, that's even worse.
Do you know why you get no? It isn't that they charged him with trespassing. This guy's retarded and doesn't understand. When you're trespassed, that means you're told to leave the property by the owner and then by the police. You can trespass people if you're a private business. You trespass people. You say you're now considered to be in trespassing. You're being trespassed off the property. They're not charging you with trespassing. You didn't go into a building you're not allowed into.
He
You're being
attempted to.
formally kicked.
It's the
Yeah.
key.
Well, as it is a public establishment, a bar that like under normal circumstances he could go in and out if he wanted, whatever, that's fine
Yeah,
as long
yeah.
as he's spending money as a patron. But what he was doing is he was there harassing people, so he was trespassed off the property, but he's being charged with harassment, and he already had a harassment warrant against him because of the shit he did with the warehouse in another
Keep in
county.
mind,
So
this is context. Keep in mind, this is an RSVP event. What that means is
yep,
if you did not RSVP, you couldn't get in. So first of all, they knew this because he had admitted he watched the video online because he told the
yep,
cops about some right wing YouTube grifters. That means we know he watched the video. Because how would he know what the
yep,
event was if he didn't watch the video? So in the video, it literally says RSVP. You had to RSVP. Okay, it was a private event. Now, to be fair, people need to understand this: buildings that you go into every day for like your life purposes, like buying groceries, getting a tire fixed or whatever, all that. You know, those buildings technically are private slash public. The reason why it goes both ways is because if the person that runs that building says you need to leave, then that means they are making it basically where you can't go in because you are attempting to disrupt the peace or whatever, right? These buildings are public, but they're private if you start breaking rules. That's kind of how it always functions. Because you have people that'll be like, well, it's a public bar. Yeah, until the owner says you got to get the fuck out. And it was a private event that you had to RSVP for, so he shouldn't have been there anyway. I don't know why people keep dancing around like semantics of it. He wasn't supposed to be there anyway because it's an RSVP event, you know. And the other thing we need to point out is this: he himself already had a warrant that we didn't even know about for the thing he did before. So when anyone says he was there just to give out comics and all that shit, not true at all. Okay? First of all,
no, they're lying.
If he wanted to do that, he could literally not even go to the event and just give them out to people on the streets then, by that logic. Do that. That's what you're really there for. Remember, that's what you're really there for to do. He could do that. Didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. Okay? First of all, he was harassing Rippaverse employees like Kara, asking her, do you want an ISOM book? And it's like, obviously, Eric just give her one, but that, like, I don't get why people on dick matches inside of the internet are so beyond stupid. But this is the thing, they just believe anything him, Ethan say
because
at all.
They listen
anything
to him.
They say. Remember that Nina stuff we were talking about last week? Not only did she sweep for EVS, that child shit you said he was promoting, that she said he wasn't doing, he literally doubles down and says, I'm blaming the kids, even though she is trying to tell people that's not what he's saying.
Yep.
Oh my
Nina
God.
is I don't know what I mean. I've seen Nina stream. She doesn't deal in this sphere at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like with I mean, a Yellow Flash, apparently there was a falling out there. I don't know why. I can only assume it's because EVS talks to her, but like she's not she might like video games. That's cool. That's fine. But she like passively likes video games. She's a normie for the most part. Like she's friends with people in the sphere, but this isn't her jam. I've seen the stuff she does on Rumble, which is the only place she apparently is. I don't know if she has. Does she? Let me look this up.
No, she's on YouTube. She has like almost 24K subs. Yeah. She's always had a YouTube channel. She just posted the problems on YouTube for like copyright strikes and all that shit. So she'll do like certain special streams on Rumble, actually.
Yeah. Well, she does like a regular stream on there. I think I can't. Let's see. Nina Infinity. I'm not seeing it. Oh, let me get out of this. Let me get out of that one. Let me go here. So.
Oh, and just to let people know, the Eric July Detractor videos I have is the first one that I'm already working on, and the second one is going to be about the Riley shit, because the Dick Masterson stuff is just beyond insane.
Oh, okay, so she does have stuff up here. What'd she have here? She's got, we need to tell. She's got a bunch of stuff that's members only there, but like she doesn't interact with Chrissy Mayer anymore. I don't see her. I think she still talks with Anna, but they all like they don't.
She just talks to Anna. Yeah.
And I don't know if I don't see Anna talking to anybody else either. Let's see. She was supposed to be on a Chrissy show the other night, but then she didn't like actually like really show up for much of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. In all honesty, I don't think Chrissy really doesn't give any too much shits about this because she's got a baby now, and
she has had Mint on her show before, which is always I've never understood that.
Well, I don't understand that either. I don't even know why I mean, I guess I don't know. Camelot just like tries to hang out with everybody, but it's just like I don't know what the point of her being there is. I mean, he knows hotter chicks.
For Nick Rekieta too. He literally has been like, well, blaming the kids and everything, and it's he did the whole thing of like innocent to proven guilty. Cecil was on his stream saying, "I'd rather trust a crackhead than a cop." Like no. Like, I agree, cops can be bad people, but
yeah,
I don't know about trusting crackheads. Trusting drug dealers over cops? No way. I'm good on that.
But at the same time, like, when the body cam footage does hit the internet, that's going to be, when people see what the hell the inside of that house looked like, I think that's going to be enough. Like that'll be there'll be these last hangers on. Like, I'm sorry, but like everybody likes to try and act like that. Oh, I can just ride the fence on this, or I don't have to make a decision on this. I don't have to say anything about this. I'm friends with this person. I'm friends with that person. Sometimes your friends fuck up and do really bad shit, and they probably shouldn't be your friends anymore. Mm-hmm. Like and especially if you're a parent or you're going to become a parent or any of the rest of these kinds of things. So tell me right now in his current state, any of them, do you think that I mean, I don't know. I think Nina's got like a niece or something. Anna's going to have a kid. Chrissy's got a kid. Any of these people, like, is Chrissy going to let Nick Rekieta come watch her kid? Is Anna going to let current day Nick Rekieta watch her child?
EVS?
No. EVS talks some shit.
EVS didn't even come to Anna's wedding. EVS didn't even come to Anna's fucking wedding. You know,
No,
he doesn't
well,
have any
a
friends.
lot of
He
it.
doesn't have
There's
any
a lot of
level of loyalty. You know. Wait,
Well,
well,
dude,
you know what's
even the
crazy?
show he went on made fun of him because they posted that picture of him just looking gigantic. And you want to know how
Yeah.
low? Let's really talk about how low Evius has slid. I shared a link to you.
Yeah.
This is how far the king of comics gate got ratioed by me. And there was no interaction here, but he came in, called me gay in a quartering post. This is a pretty heavily kind of, the quartering
Mhm.
gets a lot of traffic, a lot of interaction. He
Yeah.
makes a post, calls me gay, and nobody shows up to back him up on it. And he just gets dumped on by basically all of us. I re-edited the meme I made of Riley to include him, and then he backs out and he goes nowhere because there's just no conversation to be had. At the same time, I will credit him. We do follow each other, and he didn't. I don't. Let's see. Did he unfollow me? I don't think he did. Maybe he doesn't notice that he follows me, I mean, if he clicked, which means he didn't click on my profile. If he'd have clicked on my profile, he would have seen that he follows me
Mhm.
because it just says it right there. So, but he had followed me in the past quite a while ago. And, and it's funny because I wasn't even really making fun of EVS. I was making fun of Riley's obsession with Uncle E paying attention to him. You can call me gay all day long if you want, but apparently, the other thing I learned is that apparently Ethan Van Sciver can't make his own memes. As much of an artist as he is, I've never actually seen the man make his own memes before, so it's kind of disappointing to me. Let's see. One of the Legion guys who's super mad at me, Kenzo, doesn't like my takes on
Oh,
it.
okay. Well,
Oh, there he is. Yeah,
before
no,
we
Ethan still follows me, so
no, no,
not a
I
damn thing
talk
changed there.
all. What's crazy about Ethan is like you could talk mad shit about this guy even when he's being literally stupid. He'll still follow you. Some people will
That's
unfollow.
fine.
Okay, I'll give you.
Yeah,
I give him credit for that. You
some
know.
people have, but no, whatever. I mean, hey, again, at the same time, I mean, the shit he says, I think he's completely and fucking utterly retarded about the kids and blaming the kids, and I have no interest in him. Like
No,
he
no.
has
The thing
solidified
is,
the
he
idea
doubled
that I'm
down
gonna
on
be,
that. That's
yeah.
the thing, dude. Nina said
You
that.
know who's
Oh,
oddly
that's
quiet?
because dude, the
He
Nina
did.
thing was she was going out. She was making long posts saying this is not really what Ethan meant. There's a lot of nuance missed here, even though her points were extremely bad. They didn't make any sense themselves. Only for him to be like, "This is what I'm saying." I don't even know
Because she
why
thinks
she
she's
goes
gonna
out of
get.
her way to do these things.
What's funny is I don't think she likes Dick Masterson. Dick Masterson basically ruined her streaming life. Dick Masterson destroyed her streaming life with Yellow Flash. What she could have had left with FNT, Eric July, Geeks and Gamers, all of it. Dick Masterson came in and ruined what her career in streaming
To be fair,
was.
that's mostly
Nobody.
herself admitting to promoting a book she hadn't read or saying people were stupid for
Yes.
hating a book that she had never read. She, to be fair, did it herself, honestly.
I mean, well, no. In all honesty, she wasn't wrong there. You are completely stupid. Like I had said last night on
Mhm.
the last emergency stream. Only tourists get this upset about it. Like it was funny. I think it was Jack Tarlad. He'd said in one of his posts, because one
Mhm.
of the guys from the Legion was complaining, and Jack was like, what was I'm gonna find this post because it was great. It was a very, very good joke that was said there.
Oh, Extra Zero was in Iron's chat, and he mentioned that someone from the Legion of Memers went completely unhinged with the Riley situation. He basically was like on his side. What happened with that?
Oh,
I
Extra
didn't see that
Zero's in
today.
there. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. That's Kenzo, and Jack Tarlad had kind of a minor back and forth with him. Jack, let's see. Let me find it here. I mean, he's been going a little unhinged on a lot of things. I don't know what's up with the guy. I don't have any animosity towards him. He can attack me all he wants. I don't really know him that well. I've been on like one, maybe two streams with the guy, and we've never
Kenzo,
talked,
I know
never interacted.
he
So he
seems
could be like
familiar.
mad at me for if he could be mad at me for my takes on Ricada and this, but I'm sorry, I don't. This is that I will go ahead and die on the hill of drug addicts being abusive to their children simply by being drug addicts.
That's true.
Not being a present parent is a form of abuse as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Especially if you're so addicted to drugs that you can't like be yourself around them. Where did this go? I think it was this one. Nope, that wasn't it. Where'd it go? Literal guy stalker harassing. There was another one. And somebody got very butthurt about it because he posted the joke. That joke of his made some good rounds. Like that video that he posted fucking got quite around. All right, I'm gonna find this damn thing. I'm determined because it was that fucking good to reread this. Let's go back. Maybe it's in the original one here. Let's see. It was quick and dirty because he lost his hard drive. He quoted Eric July in there, a little something.
Mm-hmm.
The cops gave.
Do you have the Kenzo post? Because I know who he seems so familiar. Because Extra Zero mentioned that the guy went completely unhinged and stuff that I had planned with him fell apart. I don't know anything about that, but I find that's so crazy that someone
You had stuff planned with him before.
I don't know. That's what he said in the chat with Iron Show. Actually,
oh, Extra Zero said it. Yeah, Extra Zero is definitely. I mean, Extra Zero's been there in the Legion for a minute. And he knows quite a few things. But you reminded me. I think we were talking about that earlier, and I showed him it. Yeah, there we go. This is going to be the post here.
Okay.
Take me.
Let me show it.
Come back here. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah. So there's that one. So let's see. Yes. That's when like Kenzo got kind of mad at him, called him a fag, and then Jack Harlan's like, dude, it's not a dick. You don't have to take it so hard.
Oh my god, Jack.
And
man just comes out with W's constantly.
Dude, all Jack does is light fires and make W's. And I jumped in there and I was like, a summation of what I'd said the night before, where like all these people are basically tourists. Anybody that's having this hard time, not just over a comic, but somebody even made it more clear for what I'd said over an indie comic. It is a niche indie comic, and they like seriously. These people, the thread is completely lost with these people when an indie comic is taken harder than a dick during Pride Month. Like seriously, I it's just a fucking comic book, folks. What are you really getting out of this?
Now I know who this is. Pathetic. Okay, now I remember who this is. Okay, so everyone, Jack had made this clip of Riley getting arrested because obviously everyone's gonna make fun of him getting arrested because he's a piece of shit. And then Kenzo right here says, Eric D. July is a faggot. And so is anyone celebrating this? Bunch of bitches, the lot of you. Keep in mind. This guy's bio is Legion of Memers. And I met No Green Rocks. We hung out literally almost the entire time at the Geeks and Garrets FT event that we went to. We spent a whole day together. So I imagine that's crazy that someone that he led inside of his group that he has is like this. Now, I know it's not intentional. He probably didn't know this. Obviously, I know.
Well, it wasn't always, dude. This stuff with Kenzo isn't always this way. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know the guy, like I said. So when he's attacking me, calling names, whatever, I don't really care because I don't know him. Like, big whoop. Okay, that's cool. However you feel, whatever makes you feel better. But it's completely pointless. I left a pretty long response to his comment earlier about it, but it's also like we aren't really in celebration of this. Like, we don't really care that much. It is funny. There's a difference between celebrating like, woohoo, this is a big victory, let's light off fireworks because we won a war or a battle or whatever, versus this is hilarious. This sad, pathetic, worthless, poor excuse for a man with no testosterone left debases himself in front of Dick Masterson and Eric and Ethan Van Sciver because of their hatred of Eric, who is just more successful than them. And they're, again, mind you, this young man, or I don't know, dude, for as again, him and Mint Salad, both for people who probably aren't in their 30s, have hit the wall too hard for people who have not hit 30 yet. Like, she's still far and she's playing a different game than he is altogether. I mean, she's not playing in the major leagues or anything. She's making, I'm sure, dollars.
What's crazy is that some of these random Comicsgate dudes are so beyond stupid. We had two people that we stream with pretty consistently, Vagabond and Strider. Strider I have on the show every Monday because that's what we do on Mondays. He was literally at the event and said, this is exactly what happened. Then you had people this happens with every con
we're never there.
Meetup, who are never there, playing like backseat quarterback saying this is exactly what happened. Motherfuckers who weren't even there are telling you
Yep.
exactly what happened when they weren't there. Beyond stupid. Like quarterback Garrett, he told them, bro, this is way too aggressive. The dude showed up to a private fan meetup he wasn't invited to so he could cause trouble. He was acting so creepy the fans complained to the staff. I didn't even know that, honestly. I didn't know I
Yep.
should have imagined that was going to happen. Right there, someone who literally is a main draw at the event, which is quarterback Garrett, said the fans complained to the staff. They called the cops.
Yep.
Maybe one of the fans called the cops.
There were
No,
probably more than one person who called the cops on the scenario he created for himself. That's probably why he got
yeah.
trespassed. That and in all honesty, the main thing that he did that
Mhm.
got him trespassed was calling the fire department. And there are multiple people who have corroborated that online and said, "Yeah, I was outside. I watched him do it. I heard him on the phone doing it."
Mhm.
So, and other people who had said, "Yep, a fire truck showed up. I didn't know why." Like,
Mhm.
he brought it on himself. He got paid by Dick Masterson to go out and self-adulate in front of an audience of, I think there was 200 people on the stream for him. And there was only 200 people there because he was literally at the event. I don't think the guy pulls that kind of viewership, but I'm not going to sit here and knock a guy for viewership. I'm not exactly a big deal in that front, but I don't really fucking care. That isn't my entire like presence online isn't crafted around what another man does all day. Like that's him and the ripoff guy, and apparently now
Katie
Ethan Van
did.
Sciver.
Katie did. Frog Tony. Their fucking mouths are all under Ethan's fucking nutsack.
Katie did's definitely got some huge testicles. That's for sure.
They called the cops.
They're
No
very
clue
juicy.
why he was arrested, but that's on him. How was Eric the one in the wrong? Eric was at his table the entire night. And the thing, you can first of all, I agree with Garrett too. You can literally see even in
Yep.
Riley's stream, Eric did not know he was there at that moment in time and was just Eric literally said, and Vagabond said this on the stream. There was a line out the door. Eric was constantly busy. How is this Eric's fault? I just don't understand how anyone can draw those
they want
comparisons.
it to
What?
be his fault. They're lying. They know
Yeah.
that it isn't his fault. They're lying because they want to build it. They're trying to build a narrative. Unfortunately, there are plenty of people there. There are people that we know who were literally there with Eric at the time when all of it was going down. Like who saw, who knew, who hell, they were the ones that showed Eric. Red Strider showed Eric
Mm.
the stupid video.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone else who wasn't there can go pound sand. They don't know what they're talking about, and I don't really care. One thing I will say about the whole scenario, though, dude, my fucking feed all day has been insane. Like the interactions on this are nuts, and most of it, nearly all of it, is likes, dude.
The
I haven't
best,
had this much likes in I don't
dude, I'll be
fucking know
honest.
how long,
Dude,
dude.
I'll be honest here. This was the worst time to get suspended. I'm not when I get
Dude, it
suspended.
absolutely
This
was,
happens.
man. You'd be farming so much fucking interaction right now. Like, where am I at? Let's go look and see. Let's go see what my shit's looking like today. Let's see. I mean, I'm not getting monetized on here anytime soon, but
this thing,
you know,
I just love how
I did
people
gain some
like
followers
this.
though.
Oh,
Dude, I'm sitting at I am a nut hair, one follower away from 650. I'm gonna fucking catch up to Extra Zero. Where's Extra Zero at? But Extra Zero's my buddy. He's the one guy who helped me a lot getting into the Legion. He's kind of my meme bro. I'm closer with him than probably anybody else in the Legion, at least in a very background sense. We don't really stream together a lot, but we talk a lot. And we get each other. So I like Extra Zero a lot. He's at 784. That son of a bitch.
Oh no, because I was gonna bring up the fact that I don't know how narratives that Eric did any of this could even persist. Like, I don't even know how you could even get that in your mind when you see the footage that he's talking to the fans, not even looking outside the window because things are so busy. He's so focused on of who is in front of him right there because he's that busy. Like people like this,
damn,
fucking dumb fucks.
My profile visits blowing up. Oh, wow, I have 481 video views in the last 7 days. That's these X metrics have to be like incorrect.
I don't know where they're coming from. Yeah.
I don't know either. Like, how is anybody even finding it?
This guy too. And this will be this tweet will be a part of that Clipiverse video that I'll do. This guy in Beyond Windsor, he says, Eric, you should have walked out and chopped it up with him. Be the bigger man. Offer to buy him a drink. This should be easy for you to deal with. Don't let your pride make you look soft and petty. You're better than that. All right. So first off, that is all a bunch of shit. That is all wrong.
No, no,
Why? What
why?
is this? I hate this. What is this? Be the bigger man. These people, especially Riley and Mitt, lose all of that credibility by how they've acted. There's
There isn't
no
even
bigger man in that. It's so beyond
Riley.
stupid.
Riley doesn't even matter. What does this even mean? Like, why does he need to talk to one person, one cracked out person who has made it a point of her? He went to Eric July's fucking family's grave, for fuck's sake. Like, seriously, that is what. Like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't, and I need. I should be expected to go. Why? Why would I need to do any of that? Eric July doesn't even necessarily have to do that for a fan. Any one individual fan. Eric July is there meeting people who have spent their hard-earned money on his media and his comics, and have, donated his streams, bought his merch, everything else. Eric July was there so busy with them that he would have had the time to stop and pick one of them to go sit at the bar and have a drink and chop it up with. He was chopping it up with all of the fans coming to his table. Like, why does it? What about this person gives them that? Give them that they should be given that this Riley person should be given that level of scrutiny or sanctitude or attention? Like, why? What has he done to earn that? Absolutely nothing. But debase himself in front of Dick Masterson and Ethan Van Sciver at every turn, to the point that he's now been arrested, and neither one of them seem to be probably helping him out on bail. If he needs bail to get out, who knows? I don't know what he ends up with.
Dude,
I guarantee you the
yeah.
fines he gets from this, Eric July or not Eric July, Ethan Van Sciver and Dick Masterson will not be paying the fines he gets from this. And I guarantee you there will be
Yeah.
fines at the very least, and they're
Oh,
probably
yeah.
not going to be cheap, because he made a false phone call to 911. Let's see.
You
Let
can't
me
do
see what
that.
in my
That's
state.
actually a
Let me
felony.
see.
That's actually a felony charge in most states. You cannot make false calls to 911. You actually can't do that. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to bring up is, why should Eric stop interacting with fans that may have flown out, driven very far to this meetup
Yep.
that they RSVP'd for, just to go outside and talk to some unhinged, crazy stalker guy who literally self-admitted in a post, you can find it, that he went to Eric's ancestors' grave to urinate on them. People said, "Oh, but Riley never did that. He self-admitted to it." I hate when these. Oh
Yep,
my god,
exactly.
these Comicsgate
So
fans are some of the biggest idiots. They said he didn't do that. Yes, he did. He literally admitted to doing it. Usually when someone says I did this, I pretty much believe them. Imagine defending that.
Oh, well, they're defending it because they're sad, pathetic people, and they see themselves in Riley. This just tells you how sad they are. Most people that only defend people that remind them of themselves. But so this is the situation that with the 911 call, he's going to face potentially 1 year in jail and $1,000 fine. If he call, like, for example, calling 911 to harass somebody by reporting a false emergency, like a house fire. So bro sounds like he's on the hook for at least $1,000 so far, and
At
potentially a
least.
year in jail if they want to. At the minimum, he's paying $1,000. So his fines have already reached $1,000, more than likely. I wonder what the fines for harassment are.
Support for Young Clippa's legal battle. $885 raised. Maybe Mint should lower this goal.
Oh wow, how much is it? What's the goal there?
15K. It's like
$15,000.
this.
If he gets a lawyer, it's going to cost him that much, because the other fines can be $2,500. It also, this is in Arizona. I don't know what they are in Texas. Let's see. And so what is the harassment fine? So 180 days of imprisonment and a penalty of up to $2,000. So he's up to $3,000 in fines alone. So he might get the fines covered by this. I mean, these retards may pay for his fines.
No. Well, to be fair, you're probably right. These guys donate to anything. Tell them it's for a good cause, and they'll just donate to anything. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. You know what would be more? Let me tell you what's going to be more on brand for this particular crowdfund that they're working on right now is that is that what happens is they get all the money crowdfunded, they get the crowdfund. It's a very successful crowdfund,
Mhm.
and then because of the warrant and and all of the information that the prosecutors may be able to gather via the Rekieta rule of retard putting a bunch of himself admitting to doing and committing crimes on the internet, they're able to build some sort of case where they actually can, where he does actually wind up getting some sort of sentence and time over it. So then young Klippa would be on brand and maybe officially inducted into the rest of Comicsgate, because even though this crowdfund met its goal, bro isn't going to be released for over a year like most other comics.
Be faster than EVS's comics coming out. That would
It definitely, he would be definitely still one of the fastest creators out there. John Malin is still capable. I think My Godlike is going to start shipping. They're onto the variant covers at this point now. We'll find out. Be super interesting to see if I get tracking for that soon.
let's
But yeah,
go
Young Clipper
over.
will be just like the rest of them in a successful crowdfund campaign where he doesn't actually get released.
Let's go over this crowdfunder. Now, that's the thing is, this 15K goal is about like what CG kings be getting on average. Sometimes lower, sometimes higher. Like people are out
You're
here
not gonna
donating
get that.
money to just a fucking loser. Like you have people that we. Oh,
You know how? Well,
look at
look at
these
how
names.
many people donated.
I think they told you.
Anonymous.
19 people just donated. Okay,
Just
so top.
Which is,
Okay,
yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Wow,
5.
somebody dropped $200. What the hell?
These, I'll say these comments give people have some money. So that's why, because people say Eric July milks his audience. Ethan knows his audience has money. They're just stupid people with
Well,
money. Is really all it is.
stupid people with money, and some of them have money. Some of them don't. Clearly, most of them don't. I don't know who Michael Ryan is, but
Well, the
hey,
thing
good
is,
for him
most
doing a
people
thing.
might not like him as much because on the internet it's really easy to be like, I like this guy. Push comes to shove, they ain't donating to this
You know,
guy. Shane
it would
Davis,
be even.
remember what Shane did? Shane was like prayers for Riley. If
Yeah,
Riley ever
exactly. He isn't
stopped
going to pay
his
for it,
wife,
and
fuck.
none of them, Dick,
Shane isn't donating to
Ethan,
this.
and Shane. Not only are they not donating to it, they're not promoting it. Have any of them shared it? Is it
I don't know.
are
I
they
don't know yet.
sharing it out to get some attention for it?
I
No,
honestly don't
I
know
don't.
yet.
I doubt it. I doubt
Mhm.
you see either of them touch it. I doubt you see any of them donate to it. If Ethan was going to donate to it, he'd put his name on it. He'd want Eric July to know that he paid for this guy to get out. I don't think he's going to do that. Prove me wrong by all means, Ethan. Go out there and donate to your boy. Why don't you can afford that 15K? Why don't you just drop it all, big spender? Do it. Do it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Riley,
Go
young
ahead.
Klippa, has been wrongfully jailed. This is already wrong, right in the first fucking
Oh,
sentence.
it's just
Wrongfully
retarded.
jailed.
Oh my God, she's calling with autistic fiance. I love how she has to put autistic before everything. Like, sweetie, we don't believe it. The only thing, much like your very aptly named Twitter profile, autistic
Mhm,
boobs, is the only thing autistic about you. But your boobs don't have autism, sweetie. They've got downs.
mhm. Oh, good lord. That first sentence already makes me want to have a 5-hour rant. This is levels I'll say for that video. I want
Oh,
people
it's
to
stupid,
know.
dude. It's
I want people
completely
to know
retarded.
how bad just this first line of words are. The first 9 words. Riley has been wrongfully jailed. Okay? As if like we didn't see this situation unfold the way it does because they live streamed it. And like we don't have friends that went there. Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm not blowing up tonight. I'm reformed now. I'll be on YouTube very soon. Riley Young Klippa has been wrongfully jailed at Denton County near Dallas, Texas, and charged with harassment on the basis of standing outside of a bar. Comedian and podcaster. He's not funny. He's not a comedian. I would arguably say not a podcaster. Riley of ASE Presents is the beloved staple of the Dick Show canon. That's nothing to brag about. Debuting as producer with his introduction of John McPhee to the TDS universe, later connecting Dick with Vito and Ryan Long, and keeping the Ethan Ralph story especially entertaining. Since launching his show, The Clipperverse, with autistic fiance Mint Salad, As co-host, Young Klippa has notoriously been hounded by detractors for his First Amendment audit of the Rippaverse warehouse building, onto which he donated $41 by way of a bunny sticker, and was told by one of the renters of the space, Eric July, that he would be wrong, that he would be rightfully aired out for this behavior. Oh, okay. First of all, go up to someone's building in the nighttime in Texas where they have open carry as a fucking law, and see if you won't get aired out by people that aren't Eric. A lot of people aren't like Eric and will actually hurt you. Like they'll actually like beat the fuck out of you. Yeah, try that with random people you don't know. See how that goes. First of all, the warehouse is private. It might be in a public area, like Nick said, but it doesn't matter. He's not supposed to be there. Okay, it's that simple.
True.
In spite of this actual threat to Riley's personal safety, he went out of his way. You guys went out of your way to the warehouse. Shut the fuck up. Personal safety. Get the fuck out of here. Young Klippa never retaliated with any threats of personal violence, and instead continued comically over insisting on his intent to groom Eric's body hair, an obvious joke that Eric insists is a credible threat. He threatened to rape Matt Barr, and he literally said, "I'm not joking."
Yeah, I mean he's deranged.
Didn't he He literally threatened to rape Matt Barr. Like I don't know who. This girl's not autistic. She's just retarded. She's not autistic. She's fucking stupid. She's just brain doesn't work. Eric.
No, somebody once told her
yeah.
she's literally the prettiest girl that walked into the comic book store one day and she got attention from men, whereas most people ignored her forever. But she's literally like she's a comic shop 6 at best, and
3.
In real life that means she's not that great. Like I'm sorry, I in my 20s would have passed, especially because she looks like she's nearing 40.
Oh God, this is.
There are 40-year-olds that have game on her. We know one of them.
Lots of them. Oh gosh. Lord, I can't even read half this bullshit. This is just such. This is trash. This is just delusion, packed on delusion. Eric, who does not give himself a salary, I don't know why that would be. I don't know why this would, any way, shape, or form, be relevant to the situation at all. How in the world would this be relevant to the situation? Fuck. Also, gave the $41 donation over to the police, and then cited this incident to the police that arrived at his event on Saturday night as grounds for Riley's. That's just, none of this is. I don't know if Eric gave the money to the cops. I don't know. That wouldn't matter either way to this fucking situation right here. It's just all just deflection. This entire event, including the arrest, was live streamed on the Clipperverse channel. Oh, notice how you guys, notice how she capitalized that. Oh, she had to capitalize the clout of go to the Clipperverse channel for this. Mint Salad recorded for the entire time that she and Klippa were on the premises, which began with an amicable greeting from Alex Stein, but Riley and Mint were barred from entering the ISOM Pride gathering and instead offered cookies, bunny stickers, and free copies of ISOM #1. No one wanted them. That's not even true in your own video. There's Alex Stein had one, and another random guy wearing a Rippaverse t-shirt got one. That's just not true. People that live through this shit don't even know what their own story is. 21 that came out to greet them, while the rest of the function pretended that they didn't exist. While watching wistfully through the window of the wannabe convention that had a packed venue and a line out the door, young Klippa was approached by a group of police officers who ignored Mint Salad completely and conversed until concluding. Yeah, most women get ignored in most things. That's good. Mint Salad
she gets ignored because nobody cares what she looks like. She's sitting there like, oh, they ignored me. They didn't look at me. You looked fucking homeless, lady. The outfit she wore looked like she literally she
looked deranged.
She looked homeless as fuck, dude. Like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Homely chic isn't in. Derek Zoolander. Like, Zoolander wasn't a real movie, honey. You don't need to dress that way. Goodwill. And not even Goodwill, but like you literally went to Goodwill and you went to the section where you found a bunch of like torn up ass clothes that didn't fit. Then you put them on and thought you were making a statement about what, I don't know. You looked like a homeless meth addict, which I assume you guys have a home, maybe, or an apartment, a condo, something you rent, a place where maybe you live in Dick Masterson's studio. I don't know. So maybe you really are homeless, but you both looked homeless as fuck in that video.
Who ignored Mint Salad completely and conversed until concluding that the duo was doing nothing wrong, so long as they didn't intrude over a certain line. Mint and Clippa complied, only for the same officer to suddenly reappear and cuff Clippa. Maybe they found out you called 911 to report an emergency that didn't happen.
They no, what
Or they
happened is
maybe they
they
ran Riley's name in the system and
I was
figured
gonna say
out
they ran
that
his name.
he was already had an outstanding
Yep.
warrant for harassment.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's absolutely 100% what happened. They talked to him, they took his ID, they went back to the car, they ran it, and they're like, "Oh, there's a warrant out for you, dipshit. Thanks for making it easy. Good job, buddy."
Leaving Mint
So retarded.
stunned and alone. Oh, what's she gonna
Believe
do?
me,
Get her
she's
back blown out by Tyrones at hotel rooms just to pay for this off?
that's how she's gonna when she's 30 looking 50, that's gonna be
That's
her
gonna be
life,
bad.
bro. I
This
mean,
was the
it's already
highlight
on
of
the
her
way
entire
there.
life, seeing her
It was.
fat, ugly, retarded, crazy boyfriend get arrested at a fan event that they willingly
Yep.
went to that was RSVP'd. Like, keep in mind how dumb this is. They willingly went to this event that they knew was private because they knew you had to RSVP for it
Yep.
to go there to harass people, then got arrested, and then blamed everybody else but themselves. I don't know where these mental gymnastics come from with these people anymore. They're just beyond stupid. There's no line of reasoning anymore. That's why I said this in the group chat too. Fuck being bigger men. And I'm saying fuck not covering this stuff. I'm gonna cover it because these people are dumb. You laugh at these people. You monetize them. You fucking talk shit about them. You trash talk them. They don't share the same level of empathy for if it's vice versa. They'll do the same thing back to you. But I'm supposed to just be like, I'm the bigger man. I don't do it. No, fuck that. No, that's stupid. That's really gay. Not happening. Good lord. Leaving Mint stunned and alone before the ravenous descent of strange men looking to bully a now lonely woman. That guy didn't bully her. He went up to her and told her that Eric didn't call the cops on the live stream. He literally said, just to let you guys know, Eric didn't call the cops. And even that's not good enough that someone at the event right in front of her told her Eric didn't do that, and they claim he did. These people are just lying pieces of shit. Like, fuck these people.
Yeah.
People are just dog shit. Like, no, actually go fuck yourself if you involve yourself with these people. Or if you even follow them on Twitter. I mean, people follow these guys for whatever reason. Fuck anyone who supports these two. You are beyond dumb.
Yeah.
Them I understand acting retarded. They're retarded. They're stupid. But anyone that even so much as associates with these people, you are just a piece of shit. These people are scum, garbage, worthless, filth.
There's just no point to them. And I mean, it's fun to rip on them for a bit, but eventually it gets old simply because there's nothing new about them. There's nothing new happening. I mean, this is a new thing that happened. It's funny. He got himself arrested. Like the only thing that he could do the only thing he could do is further his mania. The only way he can take it, like if he did this at another event, then he just becomes that guy at an event that gets trespassed every time and nobody fucking cares. Like, it just becomes old. The only thing he can do is continue to escalate, and that's what's frightening about it. If I was Eric, I would be uncomfortable with it because the only thing that this guy has left to do is to escalate, and people like Dick Masterson are going to give this guy money and gas him up with stupid ideas and tell him to go escalate and do be really nice about it and this and that. It will come to a point where he eventually tries to go to Eric's house. Like, I can see that within the next year, we're going to wind up seeing that. Like,
yeah, what's crazy is you're probably right. I mean, unless he really wants to get aired out. You know what I'm saying? Did you see the part of the stream where Brandon, big old giant black guy, walks out and like a Tyrone? I'm like, bruh, Just saying, if that
Yep.
ever happens to me, I'm running. Ain't no one. See a black dude doing that? Nope. That's
Yeah,
grounds for running away.
Mint got the reason Mint had a problem there. She didn't understand that she was suddenly like completely soaking wet because of that dude, and there's nothing she could ever do about it because that guy is so far outside of Mint Salad's league. He is as far out of Mint Salad's league as Riley should be out of her league. Like that's
Look how they read
the
this.
scales there.
Leaving Mint stunned and alone before the ravenous descent of strange men looking to bully her. That's just such a lie. Oh, that's a lie. We saw it on video. We know it's a lie.
Yeah, we watched you stream it. She's just an idiot. They sit there and they try to call everybody else SJWs, but that's some real SJW sounding shit right there. There's literally the video all the way to the end of people just trying to talk to her. Did she deserve to be bullied? Yeah, but she's been bullied her whole life for being stupid. And like, again, she's a gassed up mid, and that's kind of it. Like, and that's only with her clothes on. The stuff you can see with her. Oh, excuse me, a bubbly soda kicking in. But the stuff you can see online of her OnlyFans content is yeah. Yeah, that stuff should be in the discount section on YouPorn.
Oh God, Mint is stuck in Texas and Riley is stuck in jail for the weekend. Well, that's
so
their fault.
Funnier. That's perfect. I love it. I want videos. I want her to live stream herself being homeless on the street because she already looked homeless and now she is. Now she's stuck in Texas, homeless with nowhere to go and no money. That I don't call the W. I'm not celebrating it, but it's fucking funny.
No, that's
fucking funny.
And you know what's funny about those people that she asked to donate? People don't know because I had a big channel where I got paid through YouTube. YouTube pays once a month. Like if you're a teacher, you get paid once a month. And YouTube pays you on the 20th and the 21st. So she isn't even going to see that money you gave her until, today's the 9th going on to the 10th. She's not going to see that money until not this Thursday coming up, but the following week after that, till the end of the month. So she's gonna, and this is the thing, Riley went to jail, people. Okay. People say he's gonna be out on Monday. You have to post bail for that. They don't just let you go out, or you have a reason that they let you go out, which could be just pure luck, but that's not happening. Okay. He could theoretically get out, potentially given whatever situation that might happen. He could get out tomorrow if you're lucky, Tuesday, Wednesday. So she's out there potentially sucking dick behind the trash cans just to, I don't know,
she'll make her hotel room her way. That's probably what she's doing. She's probably set up her own. She probably took whatever little money she had and found a hotel room that's in a hotel that's in a Walmart parking lot. Got the cheapest room she could on the ground floor.
Where the owner walks out and he's like, "Yo, you want to suck some cock for a room?"
What she's doing right now is she's doing OnlyFans on her cell phone in a very janky ass hotel room to basically pay for the night. So she is doing illicit things one way or another to probably pay for it. I don't know how often OnlyFans pays you though. Hopefully she's got some instant cash out. Her problem is going to be all the instant cash out fees she's going to have to pay. Because she's probably getting what, maybe $5 per an hour show. Like she's going to be working all night for that shit. But she'll pay for the hotel room by the end of the night, you know. $5 an hour for 10 hours, $50. There you go. She's got another night. Just keep working it. Keep working it. Sell them butthole pics, honey.
Facing a huge bail charge and a future full of legal fees. Remember, all self-inflicted. All self-inflicted. All their fault.
100% self-inflicted.
That makes it even
not
worse.
A W, but it is funny.
Well, the thing is that makes this worse that people donated to this. This is all self-inflicted. Yep. No one told him to do any of this.
Nope. He went and did it.
If anyone donated, if I find out if anyone donated to this, you are so stupid. I don't care what you do with your money, but I can criticize your money decisions. Actually, I don't care how you spend your own money, but I will criticize how you spend it. Considering Riley did nothing wrong, that's already a lie, and was even told as much before his sudden apprehension, jailing in charge, it is unfair that this financial burden should come to fall on them simply because Eric didn't want Riley nearby. I don't even have the brains right now.
That's what a restraining order is for, you dumb bitch.
I I don't have the brains right now to destroy this, but I would sure love to do it. I'm just too tired. Legal representation has not yet been selected. These decisions can be more easily made when the scale of financial generosity toward Mint Salad and Young Clippa has been understood through this GoFundMe. This is realistically going to cost at least 15 grand. She pulled that number out of her ass. She doesn't know. So that's what we've set for the
Quick
goal.
question.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you use a GoFundMe if it's involved in paying legal fees for committing a crime?
I don't know, honestly.
Let's find
Because
out.
GoFundMe isn't the point of it just be super like it's just supposed to help a cause. Doesn't matter what the cause is, it's just a cause. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's the rules, but I've never used this website. That's just what I generally know about why people use it. But the more available to Young Clippa, the more defense he will be capable of against the vicious cowardice of Eric's consortium. Good lord, this is all garbage. This is straight trash. All right, let me try and look some of this stuff up right here. So harassment. So what? He got charged for harassment. Harassment.
Do you have a link for that GoFundMe?
Yeah, I'll put in the private chat right here. Okay. Put in the private chat right here. There you go. Okay, harassment, Texas charge. All right, so it says convictions for harassment are punished as a Class B misdemeanor unless one of the enhancements apply. One penalty enhancement applies to a second or subsequent conviction for harassment, in which case the offense is punished as a Class A misdemeanor. Okay, what qualifies
That's
as
a little something.
what qualifies as a harassment charge in Texas? Harassment in Texas is defined as the following behaviors: engaging in communication with an individual while delivering content that is inappropriate or offensive in nature. Okay, so what they were doing, honestly. Okay, let's do Texas charge for jail time.
You might read that thing I just dropped in there.
Gotcha. Okay, the highlighted one right here. So it says,
where'd it go?
oh, GoFundMe cannot be used to benefit those who are charged with serious violations of law. The campaign
What
clearly
does that
stated
mean?
that the money raised would be used to assist the officers with their legal fees, which is a direct violation of GoFundMe's terms. Specifically, campaigns in defense of formal charges or claims of heinous crimes, violent, hateful, sexual, or discriminatory acts are not permitted on GoFundMe. So harassment.
Questionable.
Yeah, that's some really questionable moral there. They didn't even put harassment there, honestly.
Yeah, but it no, just because it doesn't say harassment there explicitly doesn't mean that that's not included.
No, sure, yeah.
So this GoFundMe may not go anywhere because it may wind up getting reported.
So they said the Class B misdemeanor, which carries the following penalties: up to 180 days in jail, up to a $2,000 fine, a prohibition from having a license to carry a weapon for 5 years, and all this goes into it. Can you go to jail for harassment in Texas? So basically, he could end up with this $2,000 fine, 180 days in jail. But remember, he already had a prior warrant too for harassment. This is not the first time. That's like a first time thing right there, you know. So yeah, this situation is just out of this world. I mean, they've literally got to the point where they're now showing up to events that they claim had no presence, even though we could see it on camera, that that's not true. This is all self-inflicted. Anything Mint Salad and Riley say is lies. They filmed it themselves. We know they're lying pieces of shit. And if you believe them, you're an idiot. And if you so much as even possibly believe Dick Masterson, rethink content creators you support, honestly. Like, actually rethink all that shit. Like, that guy is just straight garbage. Like, oh my god, fuck that guy. Like, what a fucking lying piece of shit that guy is, honestly.